Hey there guys, what's happening? So, before we start today's video, I just want to say a brief note that if you're manifesting, you want your thoughts to be pure. If you're ever manifesting for evil or for revenge, it's not going to work, all right? Because then you're tapping more into the dark forces and the occult and things like that. When we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about connection with the divine and the goodness of the universe. So if you're thinking of, using some kind of witchcraft or something like that, this is not the channel for you, okay? Just making a quick note for that, for the people listening. Back to your video. Have an amazing day. Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Semen Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm going to tell you about how to manifest using semen retention. Alright, now we've heard of this idea before in a lot of Vedic literature, and a lot of Hindu sages talk about this idea of brahmacharya. Alright, so maintaining and cultivating the seed and being able to manifest with that power. Now if you look up work of Swami Sivananda, you notice he has a book called Thought Power. Basically, this is what the law of attraction is, right? The power of where you're putting your thoughts. And the way I describe the ability for you to manifest is the fact that your vibration is raising, the fact that your kundalini is rising as you're withholding your own true essence. And as you're not putting it to waste, consciously helping it to rise, what's happening slowly is that you are able to have all the things that you tried before to manifest now work for you. Why? Because your energy is rising and you're becoming much more of a magnet. Okay? So your energy rising, your kundalini rising, what you can do is have the practice of mantak chi, of actually clenching the muscles, the intrinsic muscles of the perineum, and just pulling that energy up and then living that through the heart and having it move up and up and up, slowly getting you much more aware, much more awake towards the clarity and the intuition of the world. My advice to you, first and foremost, would be just keep doing vision boards, keep having I am affirmations, keep your diet clean, keep going and working on your fitness. All the stuff that you were doing before will just be amplified as soon as you begin this journey. Now, there are some little pitfalls you might fall into, including flatline, which can be very irritating and annoying. However, I do have some techniques and ways that you can actually overcome that as well. So I'll talk about that in another video. However, for you specifically, all right, we use a lot of external methods to change the internal world, but it's the internal methods that actually get us to change our perception of the external world. As we're doing these internal practices of, maybe you're doing a breath work, right? Maybe you're doing fire breath of, maybe you're doing that and you're charging that energy and you're pulling it up, and all of your energy is going into one direction, all right? Not like the band One Direction, though I guess maybe, I don't know. Are they retaining? I'm not sure. I don't think they are. Energy that once was locked is now going into the higher self. Okay? The idea we think of the higher self is just the self that holds much more, has more space, holds more power. So I believe that being able to actually retain can get you a glimpse of the higher self a little. It does make one much more spiritual and inclined to much more delve into the own inner world, because all the stuff that you've been blocking throughout your life and not processing, when you start retaining, all of those things will start coming up and bubbling up. And so what do? You got to take care of those things, right? The stuff that you blocked in your heart, the stuff that you blocked in your sacral, the stuff that you blocked in your solar plexus, all that stuff is just gonna, it's like throwing up, right? It's just gonna come up and you're gonna see it all scatter up. That's why a lot of people relapse, right? They can't deal with the stuff they haven't been willing to face, and so they keep going over and over again over the same pattern. Now, when I went through this process and I was actually doing this, For a lot of time, I noticed that I was using certain activities to still escape and not transmute. But this is one of the oldest forms of alchemy that's still available to us. In Sanskrit, we call it Vajra, which is like a thunderbolt, right? They call Semen Vajra, which is like a thunderbolt. So, 15 units of a drop of blood is the same as in a drop of semen, right? So 40 drops of blood equal to 1 drop of semen. I mean, yogis say that if you sustain it, possibilities open up, consciousness opens up, and as your consciousness opens up, and as this increases, you start to create more. And as you start to create more, you start to manifest more, because manifestation is another word for creation. And also, as you begin this journey, 99% of men will tell you, man, what are you doing? Get the heck out of here, man. I'm going to bust nuts all over the place. I'm going to nut so much, man. Whatever, man. What the heck are you talking about? You'll get a lot of that. You'll get a lot of that. I've gotten a lot of that, but I've also gotten some of my friends reach out to me and be like, bro, I want to start this journey because of you. And I find that inspiring. Taking your energy to use it to propel your life forward, whether that's your business, whether that's your fitness, whether that's academics, whatever it is your mission or purpose is, it's going to amplify that. What I think happens is, as you have much more energy, you get much more energy, and so it's what you choose to do with that energy. So with that energy, are you putting it into learning a high income skill set? Because if you're using the energy reserve that you're saving up, and you're using it to get a high income skill set, then money increases because money follows value. And if you start to value your seed instead of being brainwashed by a sex propelled culture, right, and just wasting it, everything is going to want to distract you from your vision. Everything. Man, when I first began this, I was looking up a lot of, Napoleon Hill's stuff and what he was saying about sexual transmutation. He talks about, I believe it's outwitting the devil, right? He talks about the law of hypnotic rhythm, right? So in the law of hypnotic rhythm, he talks about, it's more difficult to escape once you get into a compulsive behavior. It's the same of the law of diminishing intent. The longer you put it off and you don't begin this journey, the more difficult it's going to be for you to actually begin this journey. How does it work? Or what can you do? Basically, keep doing the same things you were doing. Just preserve that energy. And honestly, I wouldn't focus on doing it like, 20,000 affirmations a day. Focus on 3 top ones that you really, really want and go for those. It's better that you conserve and preserve all that energy and become a laser beam for that one thing and use it for that one thing. All right, so if it's a business, just go in all in using this energy for your business. If you need it for getting a better body, use that for that, right? In terms of manifesting the dream life, what it's doing, it's helping you fully embody a greater version of yourself and slowly helping you step into it. It's increasing your testosterone level, so it's making you much more masculine in a sense as well. It's going to get you to fully embody your truth and your vision. A lot of people are leading lives of compulsive behavior, instant gratification. If you can transmute and transform that into a delayed gratification, how powerful would that be? So now, earlier you had access to this idea of pleasure being instantaneous. Right? Pleasure with absolutely no risk involved. Maybe a computer virus, that's about it, right? No risk involved, right? There's no STDs involved, there's nothing involved. It's just like pornography, quick, boost of dopamine, hit of dopamine, there, I'm done. And the universe thinks that you procreated, so it's making you chill, it's giving you that refractory period, or just like, yeah man, whatever. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm getting what I need. Right? That's what the universe thinks, is that you're getting it, but maybe you're not getting it. So why not transmute that and put it into you actually using that energy to communicate with women and notice how effectively it changes the dynamic? Because I've noticed I start to behave very differently around women as I'm on this journey. Very differently. It's almost as if it's changed my mindset in a way. But that's also because I'm like an obsessed person in terms of this, man. I'm like, I do trances, I do hypnosis. I will go all into it, actually. You know what I mean? Like, I have been, ever since like 5 or 6 months back, right? Where I had my vision board up, I've just kept looking at it, and I've kept looking at the similar, affirmations and things on my post-it notes in my wall, in my room, over and over and over again. And I kept reading them, even if I didn't say them out loud. I kept reading them because they're just in my space. I can't help but read them. And some of those things are coming true. It's getting much, much, much closer to the kind of life that I want. Things seem to be coming together. It feels like a synchronicity happening as I've been able to step into this journey. You aren't as, you know, you aren't as lustful and sex craving as before, but you still have that presence and the essence. It's not like I lost my interest of having sex. That's still there. Now it's like I don't need it. I want it. Earlier where I felt like I need it, now I've gotten to this place where, yeah, it'd be nice if I had it. It'd be all right if I didn't have it. But it doesn't distract me from my vision. And if that's your goal, I would go for that and use this thing to manifest. And it's not easy. I've lost a lot of nights of sleep because of it as well, because it takes time to rewire. You have all that extra energy. And then by the nighttime, you feel like, man, because all of this energy comes up, it bubbles up, right? You have to take care of a lot of inner work at once. Because all this stuff is, all the energy that has been blocked, is flowing around now. Right? And this is why also, man, a lot of people believe that negative emotions come out with the semen, right, as a release. So that's why people feel so good afterwards. But when you're retaining, that negative energy is flowing out through different ways throughout your body, and you're really, I believe that you'd be able to now be in that dark side. Truly embrace that shadow work fully if you do this journey. This is what I've noticed. A lot of guys, they're like, I'm not willing to do that. Nope, just want to get rid of that negative emotion or whatever. Just let it go, let it out. And there are other ways to do it, right? You don't have necessarily have it. From there's breath work that can let go of negative emotions. There's certain kinds of things that you can do, right, that can help you release that negative emotion. Shaking is a great one as well. I love to do that. I love just shaking and just, I'll go into the shower and I'll just shake. Honestly, I'll just be like, I'll start shaking like a wet dog in the rain. I don't even care, man. I primarily have, Tesla numbers, right? So Tesla numbers are 369. Yeah. So have 3 affirmation alarms on 3 different times of the day. Do one 3 times, the first affirmation, repeat it 3 times. Do the next one at 6 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 times, and 9 p.m., 9 times. And also I like to listen to subliminal messages as well. All right? Very helpful. I will actually link in this video a supercharger for you to amplify the effects of, if you do choose to do this and use it to manifest. I'll link it down below. See if it can help you. There are many other ways to do it, right? Many manifestation techniques that I could share. For instance, writing a water, in this cup, writing down, old self, and then there's you pour the water into another water cup or something, and then, you drink from that cup. There's lots of different ones, but I wouldn't necessarily get super obsessed with different manifestation techniques. It's more you want to focus on embodying the type of person that you want to be and use that added energy to help you amplify and embody that a little bit more. And you'll also notice a lot more attention from men and attention from women. All right, attention from men meaning respect from men. Right, they'll be like, yo, props. But also a lot of attention from women, attraction. You could say it's attraction, but it's also they notice your energy. They notice your energy. There's something different about your energy that grounds them. Manifest. Man, human, right? Man, I, I, which is consciousness, I. Fest, which is festival. So this life is a celebration. So don't retain and then make it a non-celebration. You know, don't torment yourself. Right? I would still like go and have sexual encounters, or still masturbate. I just don't bust. I just don't waste my seed. As you do this journey, zoom out and see the bigger picture of your journey. Zoom out and see the higher self. Okay? That's one more thing. One thing is like, we tend to get super attached, whether that's to, one moment, one memory, one girl, one object, and that gets us to zoom in and look at the tiny details of this one little thing, and it's very petty. Well, we all do this. I do this at times too. I'm like, man, I really love my headphones. Why did they have to break, right? It's like, yeah, of course, you like them. You need them. It's okay to feel those emotions, right? But once you can finally just like whoosh, zoom out and see it and trust, it just changes everything. Today I lost my phone, no cap, right? Today I lost my phone. I was like looking around. My mom was freaking out. I was like, no big deal, right? I'll find it. It'll come up again. And I did find it. Earlier I would have freaked out. I would have just like, where is it? Where is it? Is it over here? Is it in the restroom? Right? I was just like, man, I'm chill. So it gives you a sense of composure as well. And I really like that added level of composure, because with this added energy, yes, it's an added energy, but it's also a sense of control, because you trust yourself more, because you know that you've built up more self-control, so now you can trust yourself more, and as you can trust yourself more, you know that you have power over your own mind. It's like mind over mind, right? You have power over your own mind, and you have power over your own body. So you're proving to yourself that, yo, I've got discipline. Right? You're doing something. It's the same thing with if you're fasting, right? I'm sure you're fasting and doing that as well. You're just proving to your own mind and your body that, look, man, I'm taking power over you now, right? And so it's going to actually be on your side. It's like training a pet, right? And domesticating that pet. It's the same idea, all right? All right, guys. I hope this video helped you out today. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you, and stay legend.